Welcome, everyone. Today, I have the pleasure of meeting with Darwin Nissley, co-owner and producer of Nissley Brothers in Mount Joy, Pennsylvania. Hi, Darwin. Thanks for having us.
Hi, Nicole.
Here, Darwin farms with his brother Bernard and their families. Darwin, thanks for opening your barn doors to us today. Can you give us a little overview of your operation here?
My brother and I are the 7th generations of Nissleys to farm this farm. Our dad farmed before we did, and so on back through the Nissleys. We have the deed signed by William Penn for this property. My brother and I started a partnership in 1983, been feeding cattle ever since. It seems to work out well with our personalities and the land that we have. Most of our crops that we grow are fed to the cattle.
Well, that's an impressive history in the beef community, all the way back to William Penn. So what made your family choose beef?
Our dad raised cattle all his life, so we grew up in the beef industry. We're used to working with cattle, and then after 1983, when we formed a partnership, over the years we expanded our operation, and we decided to go with beef after talking with several people. Someone advised us to stay with something that you know, and because of the beef industry, we know the ups and downs, and we like working with cattle. They got personalities just like people, and they're great to work with.
What's not to love, right? So you have a very unique role in the beef life cycle here at a feedlot. Can you tell us a little bit what a beef feedlot actually is?
A beef feedlot is where the cattle usually go after they come off grass. They're in the feedlot for about 4 to 5 months before they move on.
In addition to everything you already do here, you participate in a program called Beef Quality Assurance. Is that correct?
That's correct, Nicole. And what that includes is record keeping, how we handle the cattle in our facilities. As far as the record keeping and treating animals, we have a relationship with a veterinarian that if we have any questions on what to use for to treat an animal, we can give him a call and he'll give a recommendation. Or if something new changes with a new medicine or something like that. Then also we keep records of when the animal was treated, date, and what we treated it with. We keep them forever right now. Also with BQA, we as a producer have to be recertified every 2 years. That way, also, if something changes in how to handle cattle or treat cattle, we know that. Also with BQA, how your facilities are set up for moving cattle. Like our concrete floors are all grooved so cattle don't slip. We check our facilities for any place that cattle could injure themselves. Gates that are broken or something are immediately fixed. I have attended 6 different cattle handling demonstrations and always have brought things back to use in our farm. One thing is we use sorting flags to sort cattle and move cattle. We do not make a lot of noise when we work cattle. Try and keep the animal calm, and that eliminates stress on the animal plus us also. So it's a good program, and I highly recommend everybody participating in it because it's a win-win.
Well, I'd love to learn more about what cattle eat. Can we go look at the feed storage?
Yes, we can.
Let's go. Darwin, thanks so much for all that information, but I'd love to learn a little bit more about how the cattle are fed. Are you going to introduce me to someone else to tell us about that?
Yes, my brother Bernard will talk about the feeds that we feed our cattle.
Fantastic.
Hi, Nicole.
Hi, Bernard. It's a pleasure. So I'm a nutritionist for people. Can you tell me a little bit how you work with a nutritionist here?
Yes, we work with a nutritionist. Does kind of the same thing you do, only for animals. All of the feed products we utilize, we talk to him and he'll help us balance the ration. Now we have a well-balanced ration for the animals. It keeps them eating a healthy feed every day and a well-balanced diet.
Now, it sounds like you use some things here that would otherwise totally go to waste. Can you tell us about some of these things that you use?
That's correct. Not only, we raise some of the feed products that we use, but we also utilize potato chips. You enjoy potato chips. I enjoy potato chips.
I
Your
sure
cattle
do.
too. In the time of processing, potatoes where they got to peel for making the chips, we utilize that also. And a lot of those products, if we wouldn't be utilizing, would get hauled to a landfill and it'd be just waste. This way we can recycle it and utilize it as feed.
Now, Bernard, there's one other food item you haven't told me about yet.
I know what you're referring to. It's what we call our candy blend or candy meal, which is a mixture of chocolate, sometimes peanut butter, and other candy products that is blended together that we utilize for feed also.
You must have some really happy cattle.
They're smiling every time I feed them.
Now, I'd love to see what that all looks like together, and I think Darwin might actually have a sample.
Okay.
So this is the complete feed.
This is the complete feed. That is a mixture of all the products we are feeding, which is corn silage, which is the whole corn plant chopped up to small pieces. Grain corn, which is we harvest as high moisture. Dry corn is 15.5% moisture. We harvest it at around 24-25% moisture, and that's considered high moisture. The animal can break it down a little quicker, easier that way. This has the candy meal in with it, the potato chips, and the potato peels also is all mixed together. We put it in a mixer and blend all the products together, and that is what the cattle get fed.
And it smells good too.
Yes, very good.
Thanks, Bernard. Bernard, can you tell us what a typical day looks like on the farm and your various tasks?
Sure. We start early in the morning. First thing we do in the morning is feed the livestock. I'll walk through the barn, look in the trough, and see how much feed they either have left or if they have it cleaned up, and adjust how much feed I give them accordingly. Feed them first thing in the morning, and we'll check, on the cattle themselves, and then during the day, we'll do other projects until around 4 o'clock. We come back and feed the cattle again. They get fed twice a day. And so they always look forward to seeing me in the morning and the afternoon.
I'll bet you're a popular guy then.
Yeah.
And then how do you wrap up in the evening?
It depends on the time of the year. In the winter, once we usually feeding is the last thing we do in the day, then we'll go home. But during the spring time of the year, we start planting our crops, and so the rest of the day we'll be planting crops for the livestock. They will get harvested then in the fall and put in storage facilities we have, so we have feed for the cattle all year.
Well, thank you so much for opening the barn doors to us today. We really appreciate it and learned so much.
You're quite welcome.